This event is a signature event that we started last year. So this is the second year running with FNB.
Right. Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Financial Insight Show. I'm your host, Mwelo Chivesakunda, and I am attending the American Chamber of Commerce in Zambia's first event for 2025. And with me is none other than Madam Chola Kapumpa, whose bank is the lead sponsor for this year's event. Madam Chola, how are you?
I'm very well, Mwelo. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just fresh from mining in Daba. And thank you so much to the bank for sponsoring us and enabling us to cover that event.
And well done on your representation of Zambia at the Mining in Daba, and well done to all the participants that represented Zambia.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Madam Chola, obviously this particular event is all about, the economic outlook for 2025. Tell us why FNB Zambia is involved in this particular event, especially at this time of the year.
Okay. So FNB Zambia is a member of the American Chamber of Commerce in Zambia, as you know, but also we think that this work that the American Chamber does, its membership, which encompasses many other participants from across all sectors in our economy, really is a good platform for us to share insights such as we're having today, but also a good platform for us to share our participation in the Zambian economy. So reasons why we're part of it is we're a member of the Chamber of Commerce. We like the membership of the Chamber, the American Chamber, and the work that they do, but also it's an opportunity for us as FNB to be part of sharing key messages to our customers, but also a wide variety of stakeholders in terms of what's happening in the economy, the uncertainties that are happening in the global space, but also in our local economy, but also helping to look for solutions and looking for the opportunities for us to drive growth, certainly for the Zambian economy.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, it is a very busy schedule for you this morning, but you've had a chance to listen to some of the presentations, not only from your team, but also from the Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Finance. Are you able to just share with us just some key takeaways and how that you take with you from the bank's perspective?
Right. Firstly, let me start by thanking Ministry of Finance, the acting Deputy Permanent Secretary Mulele, for joining us this morning, him and his team, but also to thank the team from ZRA, who will also be part of the panel of speakers, and to thank the co-sponsors who have joined us on this journey to share some key messages. I think some of the key highlights coming through is that 2024 was a difficult year. Zambia saw an economic downturn. We had the drought, we had the power deficits, and many other things that came our way. But the hope that 2025 should be better. I think that's a key message, that we expect to see GDP growth of close 6% or more. We expect to see a rebound in the mining sector activity. We expect to see increase in food production because we're having normal to above normal rains, hopefully. So I think 2025 is looking positive. I think the message has been, even from last year, but short term would be difficult. Medium to long term, Zambia starts to look positive. There's also some optimism around the sovereign rating because there's hope that there will be conclusion, as you know, with the debt holders for Zambia. And when that comes through, we should see a rebounding of our sovereign rating, even on the foreign currency side. So all things looking quite positive, and there's optimism that should start to see growth in Zambia. I think that was the key takeaway for me.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for sharing those insights. And to all our viewers, please continue to follow the platform Financial Insight for more insights from this American Chamber of Commerce event. Madam Chola, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Mwelo. Thank you to all our viewers.
Absolutely. So stay tuned for more insights and get to know. It's Mwelo again, and we're still on the sidelines of the American Chamber of Commerce first event for 2025, and I'm with a representative from the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Mulele, who's going to tell me about himself as well as his participation in this event. PS, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. This is the first time you're on our platform. Just allow us maybe to introduce you to the platform so you can tell people who you are and what your role is at the ministry.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Maketa Mulele. I'm Acting Permanent Secretary, Economic Management and Finance in the Ministry of Finance and National Planning. So really my job is really more about economic management, is to gauge the temperature of the economy, do the forecasting, and basically coordinate the policy framework for the ministry in terms of the fiscal policy is what we really look at, and that's really what my role is in the Ministry of Finance.
Absolutely. Now that's very, very interesting, but then you also gave a keynote speech this morning. Are you able to just share with us some of the key highlights of your speech for our viewers?
Okay, well, this is an unveiling of an economic outlook for 2025, which is being done by FNB as well as the American Chamber of Commerce. So basically my speech or my key remarks were basically to talk about the foundation of 2024 and some of the insights that were in the 2025 budget, which was announced by the Honorable Minister of Finance, to just give a flavor and a basis for the economic outlook that's being given between FNB and the American Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely, absolutely. And obviously there were some questions that you got asked. Which ones resonate with you, and which ones do you take with you in order for deeper reflection?
Well, because the participation is broad, quite broad. We have participants really from the private sector, and it's always good as government to listen to some of their concerns, and their questions really give us a signal of where things are. They also give us a feedback on some of the policies that government is putting in place and how they're affecting them. So really the questions are things that we welcome as government and things that give us a point of reflection as we make our future policies.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for sharing with us some of those insights. We know you have a very busy morning, so we wish you well for the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Christopher O'Donnell, representing Protea Hotel Zambia today. I think it was a great session. The economic outlook for 2025 seems to be lots of positivity coming this year, which I'm sure we're all very excited for, and I think everyone is welcoming. 2024 was a difficult year, so a sense of relief hopefully for many businesses in 2025. I think it was a great discussion, lots of insights, and quite a global view on the Zambian economy and industry. And yeah, I think everyone is positive and looking forward, so thank you.
This event is a signature event that we started last year. So this is the second year running with FNB.
Right.
I'm Chikoma Kazunga. I'm the head of business development at Africa Green Co. Africa Green Co. is a renewable energy trader with a mandate to increase the deployment of renewable energy in Zambia and in the countries in which we operate. We were one of the sponsors of this event and were also invited to speak on one of the panels here. I spoke on panel 2, and it included participants from the mining sector in Zambia, from agriculture, as well as from the banking sector. Really insightful and informative to get perspectives from all across the different industry sectors in Zambia, to understand what the common challenges are and also what the interrelationships are between all of our businesses. The biggest takeaway for me leaving this event today is that the outlook for Zambia is improving. There's been a lot of work done in the policy space to improve economic outcomes, and as we emerge from the drought and as we emerge from the fiscal crisis that we've been in, the outlook is positive, and we all just need to capitalize on it.
With me is none other than the president of the American Chamber of Commerce. Kachiza, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. It's good to finally have you on the platform. And now, for our viewers who do not know who you are you able to just tell us a bit about who you are, your background, and how you got involved with AmCham in the first place?
Sure thing. I'll start with my AmCham credentials. So I'm the president of the board of the AmCham. I've been on this board for 4 years, but president for the last, I'd say, about a year now. My other life, I'm an insurer, so I'm the CEO of Prudential Life Assurance Zambia, and essentially those are the two things that keep me busy in the corporate world. How did I get involved with AmCham? We've been members of AmCham for a very long time as Prudential, sponsoring and taking part in many of the events. And for those who are members or who have had a chance to attend our events, you can tell that it's a place where there's a lot of networking, there's a lot of information exchange, and today's event kicks off the year as one of our flagship events that shows what the AmCham is all about. Probably pause there for a second.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for that insight. Now, obviously, this, like you indicated, this being like your maiden event for the year. Tell me why it was so significant, and do you have any special message to some of the partners that came on board to help this be a success?
Certainly. This event is very important for many reasons. We are at the beginning of the year. Zambia is poised for a splendid takeoff. And to have a panel of experts across different sectors come through and give their views, it helps everybody sort of reshape, because most people do their business plans right about between June till about August. But certain things shift around, and I'm happy to say that what's shifted around seems to be quite positive. So for most of the speakers across all the sectors, whether it's mining, agri, the banking, NGOs, we've seen that there's a lot of positivity. That said, there have been some shocks as well, but everybody's thinking about how do we quickly pivot. Another reason that this is an important event, and I mentioned this earlier, is that you get a chance to be in a room with people that ordinarily you don't have that opportunity to, either because your calendars just can't mix or you're just unable to reach these people. And so this event, amongst many that we have, sort of sets us up for a splendid year, in my opinion. And for the members who came through, it's just another benefit they get amongst the many that we have. But also the non-members that come through get a chance to get a taste of what the chamber is all about, and hopefully it's a springboard for them to jump on board.
That's extremely interesting. Now, I mean, obviously now maybe speaking to the membership, this being at the beginning of the year, what else do the membership, or rather can the membership expect for later on in the year?
Okay, so we have several events that we line up. Some of them are on demand from our members, so we have our standard calendar with certain events that we have. But then we also have, as we go along, we've got sector groups of interest that are for different segments, and so we'll have different conversations and we'll bring people in. Just to give you a flavor of some of the things we did last year, ESG was quite topical, and so we had a very successful session where members and non-members alike were able to get on board around the sustainability conversation and sort of lift from there. We had quite a number of sessions on leadership. You can never have enough of that, and so we had quite a number of good sessions in that space. We also have some which have become our staple. So one of them is the AmCham Golf Day. Please look out for that. That comes about Q3. And then towards the end of the year, we have what we call our Thanksgiving dinner. It is one of the best things that happens towards the end of the year. But in between, our calendar of events will be shared as we map out what we'll be doing this year. But we're also looking at doing a couple more things outside of Lusaka. So we do recognize we've been fairly Lusaka-centric, so we're trying to go up north, especially Copperbelt, Northwestern Province, and reach our members where they are as well. But like I said, we work on a need base, and so as our members continue to interact, even with some of the feedback we'll get from today, we'll be able to adapt our calendar and have really exciting programs. Some of them large scale, others more compact and a little intimate as well.
Absolutely. No, President Kachiza, thank you so much for sharing, some insights. And any final word to any members of the public who, or other, stakeholders who will be interested in finding out more about the chamber?
Certainly. So you can look out for American Chamber of Commerce in Zambia on our socials. Just go to our LinkedIn page. You'll find our details there. And the Secretariat will be able to give you all the information that you require. So it's just American Chamber of Commerce on LinkedIn. And from there, you'll be able to get full details of some of the work that we do, that we've done in the past, look to do, and how we can collaborate with anybody, regardless of the sector that you're in. I think there's a place where you can fit in at the Chamber and thrive.
This event is a signature event that we started last year. So this is the second year running with FNB.
Right. we're now at the tail end of another exciting event by AmCham. Roy, well done on this particular event. It's the first one, for the year. How do you feel? I mean, obviously a lot must have gone into preparing for this event.
Yeah, feel good. Feel good. Feel encouraged by the conversations that we've had. This event is a signature event that we started last year. So this is the second year running with FNB.
Right.
Who serve two purposes. FNB is a member of the chamber, and then they're also a strategic partner. So how we realized this event is we said we have the network. AmCham is a network of more than 100 businesses, corporates, made up of both Zambian and American businesses and even other nationality businesses, though they are in the minority. And we thought to ourselves, we have the network, we have the connections, we have the platform.
Right.
We need the knowledge.
Correct.
Right. So AmCham, we are not subject matter experts, but we have some subject matter experts within our chamber.
Within the chamber itself.
And Financial Insights is one of those as well, right? You are members of the chamber, you are a media expert.
Correct.
So we looked through the chamber and we said we need a strategic partner, a credible strategic partner who can talk about the economy. And that's how FNB came about. So that's this event, Economic Outlook, AmCham at FNB, which draws AmCham members, but then it also draws FNB customers. So we meet in the middle.
I see. So it's beneficial both ways, because I'd like to imagine that there was obviously some members who wanted to learn or know a bit, because this particular conversations that we had today obviously can actually speak to the strategy, hence the title of the event itself.
Yeah, so absolutely. So additionally, it also involves engages governments. So we also use this as an advocacy tool. Hence today we're joined by the acting PS from the Ministry of Finance, right? PS Mulele, who came through with his delegation as well. So it sits at the intersection of private sector and public sector. And yeah, it's a key part of our strategy. So our strategy, we're really starting off this year with a bang. Most people do know us for some of the events that we have later in the year, such as the Golf Day and Thanksgiving dinner. But this year, particularly with the sort of economic headwinds that we've had, given what has happened with the USAID funding freeze, for example.
Correct. And I quite like those questions that I think was very important for us to actually get to know. What was going to happen.
Exactly. So we've got a lot of key themes, right? We've got the economic funding freeze. On the domestic front, we've got inflation. We've got the drought. So this is really a platform for AmCham to really lend its voice to these issues. So we had two very interesting panels who really touched on some of these issues. And in terms of strategy, this is just the first of many events. We are planning much more engagement, even just within the first quarter itself.
Right.
We've got a number of engagements that will address in detail some of the issues and the downstream effects of the funding freeze, for example. Obviously, we have to wait for the dust to settle and etc. But this year's strategy really is going to focus a lot on the thought leadership piece, making sure that our voice is being heard, making sure that we're getting our members together either in large numbers like this or in smaller numbers, both virtually and digitally. So this really is like that cornerstone event that really sets the ball rolling for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Now, for entities that are seeking to join AmCham, to join our ranks as members, what message would you give them? Because obviously, me as a member, Financial Insight as a member, we're quite encouraged by how you were able to even select through the membership itself, certain key stakeholders to come and speak to. Is this what they would expect if they joined?
Yeah, this is exactly what they would expect. I think for those that are not familiar with chamber membership, it's you're joining a network and you're adding your voice to the collective voice of the entire members. So this is definitely one of the things to expect from AmCham if you join. You expect business linkages, you expect to be in the ranks of other members, other companies, the government. So if you or your business is looking to really be plugged in to what is happening in the economy, then a chamber membership, particularly the American chamber membership, is one that will be very beneficial to you. From a business perspective, but also even just from a knowledge perspective. Right. You come to an event like this, you attend it, and you sit there for 3 hours. You could pick one thing that you take back to your business, one thing that has downstream effects. So it is a buffet, right? So you come and you pick what you want, and then you go and implement. That is the benefit. We've got a packed calendar, we've got a full calendar that stretches throughout the year. So if you can't make an event like this one, you can always make the one in April, you can always make the one in June, etc. So it is beneficial, both from business profitability standpoint, but also just to grow your network. And we know that, as the old adage goes, people do business with people they like.
Absolutely.
So if you are around here and someone knows they've seen your face at the chamber event, etc., you're like part of one family, and that way you've got an inroad to do further business.
Absolutely. No, Roy, thank you so much and congratulations on your first event.
I must say thank you to you, thank you to FIZ for coming through, for giving us this support. During the event, I was on my phone, I could see LinkedIn, I could see what you were posting. Without partners like FIZ, our work wouldn't be as effective. So you give us that credibility, you give us that reach, you really make sure that the work that we're doing is going out to all aspects of the economy. So the thanks also goes to
Absolutely.
you, and wish you the best in everything that you do this year.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, and we
Cheers.
look forward to engaging with you soon.
Fantastic.
All right, cheers.